what we're searching for in life might be right in our backyard, but to find it, we have to stop looking everywhere else and focus on where we are. That what we really need for success is really around us, and also it's called the law of recognition. It's called the law of recognition. There is something profound that happens when you understand. This is leadership now. I'm talking about discovering your acres of diamonds, discovering what is around you. I want you to write some of the statements. Everything you need for your success is around you, waiting for your discovery. I want to make sure that the audio of this camera is plugged in correctly. It's pushed all the way in. Okay, so we want to make sure everything is fine. Watching from Douala, we have Godwin and Ndifon. Just let us know where you're watching from. We have Emma Ayo watching. I'm talking about how can we cultivate our acres of diamonds. How can we cultivate our acres of diamonds? Every one of us is born with gold at our doorstep, but we will have to refine the gold for others to discover the value of the gold. Whatever we need for our success, God has actually put it around us, and it's just waiting for us to discover it. Right where you are, there are treasures in it. Now, what I was talking about was a book written many decades ago called Acres of Diamond by Russell Conwell. Now, I'm going to read a bit of that story, a synopsis of the story, so that you understand what it is. You know, this has helped transform a lot of lives, transform a lot of people's lives in different parts of the world. So, Russell Conwell, he helped transform a small Philadelphia night school in the basement of a church into what today is called Temple University. Temple University is one of the premier universities in the United States. Now, he did this by retelling a story, told him, by retelling a story that was told him while in a camel caravan in Mesopotamia, way back then. It was a story about a man called Al-Hafed, a very wealthy farmer in Persia, what we call today Iran, in the kingdom of Persia a while ago. And Al-Hafed was living his dream life, a very wealthy man in Asia. He was living his dream life until one day he met this Buddhist priest. And this Buddhist priest began to tell him about diamonds. He told him how if he had diamonds, if he had a little bit of diamonds, a handful of diamonds, he could purchase the whole country. Now, we have to be careful when people tell us stories that are far-fetched or that wants to take us from where we are. Because hear the story now. Al-Hafed. Hello from Jamaica. We have Dorette and we have Pastor Donna joining us. We will share this with others later on. But for today, I want to just focus on teaching straight up. Praise God. So we're talking about developing your acres of diamonds, your acres of diamonds. I believe today is going to be phenomenal. It's going to change you. It's going to transform you in an amazing way. You will see amazing things happen to you today as you watch this. I'm talking about how can you cultivate your acres of diamond. So I was talking about the story of a man called Al-Hafed in the former Persian kingdom, which today have part of Iran. And this man was a very wealthy man. And so a Buddhist priest visited him once and began to tell him about this substance, this metal called, this basically precious stone called diamonds. And as he heard about diamonds, the more he heard about diamonds, the more he became discontented. He was a wealthy man. Al-Hafed was a wealthy man. But he became more discontented with his life. The more he heard about this diamond, the more discontentment grew in him. And so the Buddhist priest told him that if you have a handful of diamonds, you can buy the whole country. And he said this, he said that with a mine, if you have a mine of diamonds, through the influence of your wealth, your children can be placed upon thrones all over the place. And that was an incentive for Al-Hafed to begin to desire these diamonds. He began to desire these diamonds, and then something happened. He went, remember, he was a very wealthy man, but he went that night to bed a poor man. Not poor because he lacked wealth, but poor because he was discontented with where he was. Are you hearing me? Because he thought he was poor. Not because he was poor. He was poor because he was discontented. And he was discontented because he thought he was poor. He was a rich man already. But then this is what happened. After a sleepless night, he decided the next day, he told the priest that he wanted to be very rich. You've heard a lot of people, I want to be rich. I want to get up and do this and do that. You know, and so this same thing happened to Al-Hafed. This man called Al-Hafed, he decided to sell everything he had. He told his wife and his children, he said, okay, I'm going to go search for this diamond. So when I come back, I will be able to take care of all of you with everything we ever wanted. He sold his farm, collected the money, and left his family in the charge of a neighbor and began his search for diamonds. Now, after years of exhaustive search through Palestine, across Europe, he became penniless and ragged, and he was so wretched when he came back, he threw himself into the incoming tide of the coast and drowned himself, because this is outside the coast of Spain. He drowned himself and never came back up. He was searching for diamonds everywhere else. In the meantime, back at home where he left, the one who bought the farm from Al-Hafed, his successor, while giving his camel a drink from the stream that ran through the property, he found a black stone which reflected light in all directions. And his eyes caught that sparkle that came from the reflected light. And what happened? The stone turned out to be a diamond. You see, Al-Hafed was all over the world looking for diamonds, when in his own place, the farm that he had, it was full of diamonds. Right underneath his feet were diamonds. He was looking for diamonds everywhere, not realizing that right underneath his feet were diamonds. I'm speaking to you wherever you are. Around where you are, God has put what you need for your success. It's waiting for you to discover it. Whatever you need for success is available to you today. We are talking about how can we cultivate, how can we discover our acres of diamond. Al-Hafed died a poor man, selling his farm to a man who discovered that farm where the water ran through were diamonds. What he was looking for, he searched everywhere else but where he was. In other words, hello Lola Day. Hello Maria. In other words, we are searching everywhere for the treasures that we're looking for, but right underneath our feet, it could just be right in your house, right where you are your acres of diamond. We're always thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Don't look at the green grass on the other side. Cultivate your grass, it'll become green too. The grass is greener on the other side because the people on the other side took care of the grass. Take care of your grass and it'll be green where you are. Are you hearing me? So I'm talking about how do we cultivate our acre of diamond. Everybody was born with gold at your doorstep. There is something about you that is so unique that the world really needs. But you have to be willing, first of all. Number one, you have to be willing to polish it. You have to be willing to refine that gold. You have to be willing to clean up that diamond. You have to be willing to discover that treasure in you. Are you hearing me? So I'm talking about, hello Chantal, God bless you. Now, I'm talking about developing your acres of diamonds, your acres of diamonds. Something amazing will take place today in your heart as you're listening to me. And so, talking about Al-Hafed, the Persian farmer that sold everything, looking for diamonds everywhere, and cast himself into the incoming tide, never to be seen again. in the just outside the coast of Spain. This man died, and where he was, his own hometown, his own land that is sold to somebody else, were acres of diamonds. And they discovered there's so much diamonds in that place that it became the wealthiest, the most significant diamond mine in the history of mankind. It's called Golconda. It's called Golconda. And here, this is a story that was told. And it was written by the gentleman that started Temple University in the United States, by the name of Russell Conwell. From a small university, from a small school in the basement of a church, today to one of the world-class universities called Temple University. But there are diamonds underneath your feet. There are diamonds where you are. That's what I'm trying to tell you today. As a leader, you have to discover your acres of diamonds today. Are you with me? Are you with me? There are acres of diamond underneath your feet. Acres of diamond underneath your feet. But you have to discover the diamond that's in you. So today we're talking leadership, but we're talking about acres, how to discover your acres of diamonds and how to cultivate your acres of diamond. How to cultivate your acres of diamond. How to discover the diamond God has put in you. Everything you need for your success, God has put it around you, waiting for your discovery. Anything undiscovered is never celebrated. Anything uncelebrated will exit your life. You've got to discover things that God has put in you. But hear this. The most amazing tragedy of this story is that a lot of modern day al-Hafeds going from place to place looking for something. Maybe they heard that in Houston, Texas, business is booming and they go over there and they hear, while where they were sitting right under an acre of diamonds. A similar story was told of a man in Mariposa in California during the gold rush. Sold everything he had and instead of prospecting for gold. And the man kept digging and digging and digging and digging. After many years of digging, he got fed up because he thought he was not finding any gold. What did he do? This man decided to sell the mine he was digging for gold to another person, and he died a very poor man. But when the new owner came, the new owner had a different strategy. First of all, you will discover, for you to discover your diamonds, your acres of diamond, you have to do certain things. This man that bought the mine, that the first gentleman did not find gold. The first thing he did was he had a plan. The new owner had a plan. The first thing he did was he got the help of experts to come and tell him where to locate the gold. The same thing with your acres of diamond. First thing to do to discover your acres of diamond, you've got to learn how to find the diamonds. Going all over the place looking for diamonds doesn't mean you're going to find diamonds. You've got to find out where you are first. Make an inventory of what you have. Get some expert knowledge about what you really can do. Hello, my dear friend Warren Hunter. How are you? I'm talking today about how, whether it's ministry, whether it's business, whether it's in life, how you can discover and how you can cultivate your acres of diamond. Are you hearing me? How you can cultivate your acres of diamond. Today, we have a lot of al-Hafeds, like the man in Persia, looking everywhere for the acres of diamond, looking for the treasures, while the treasure all along is just right underneath their feet. The man in Mariposa, California, same story. He sold this mine after years of fighting and digging and digging. He got tired. Do you know that the next owner came and just one more strike hit the mother load of gold during the gold rush in 1849 in Mariposa? That man hit the mother lode and became extremely wealthy. The first owner that started digging and gave up died a poor man. A lot of people have worked so hard. Just before they succeeded, they quit. You're not quitting now. So I'm talking to people that are willing today to discover There are acres of diamonds. There are diamonds all around you. There are treasures God has put around you. Everything you require for success is around you. Friends, families, we're going to talk about that too. God has put everything you need for success around you, but it is your assignment to discover those things. What do I need for the mission ahead of me? Are you hearing me? You have an acre of diamonds around you. It's time to discover it. Every one of us, we were born with gold at our doorstep. Do you realize that? You were born with gold at your doorstep. Gold. But if you don't refine your gold, nobody will value it. Nobody values diamonds when it's just taken off the ground. It doesn't look sparkly like you see it. But when it's polished and all the different sides are cut correctly, the value goes up. Do you realize that diamonds are the most concentrated in the world? They're the most concentrated value of anything that's physical. A little diamond can be $1 million. That's a lot of concentration of wealth in a little thing. But there's something greater than the physical diamond, is the mind that's in your heart. Your mind is a diamond mind. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? See, what you need for discovery, what you need for your success is around you, but you have to discover what it is. That acre of diamonds, that acre of diamonds. So I would like some of your comments. If you have some questions, I'm going to be answering a few of this, but I want to share with you how to discover your acres of diamonds. That's what I want to share with you today. So what lessons can we take out from the lesson of the acres of diamonds that was underneath Al-Afed's house, his farm? First things first, for you to cultivate that diamond around you, you have to change your perspective. Stop looking out there and start looking inwards. Stop looking out there. A lot of times we want to look out there. What we need is around us. What we need is around us. We don't have to look out anymore. Look inward. You'll be amazed to discover the acres of diamonds. Are you with me? There are diamonds around you. There are acres and acres of diamonds. But you have to discover it. Are you with me? Are you with me? Acres of diamonds. A lot of times we are looking everywhere for what we're looking for. People travel to different parts while all along, what you need is around you. So the first thing you have to do is change your perspective. Stop looking out there like Al-Hafed did, going to Europe, going all over the Arabian area, and then coming to discover he was penniless, and then he drowned himself. He cast himself into the incoming tide. In other words, what I'm saying to you is this. Stop looking somewhere else. There is an acre of diamond around you. So change your perspective. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is change your attitude. Change your attitude. The greatest opportunities are around you. The greatest opportunities are around you. You see, when your attitude changes from I am trying to be rich to I am rich, just discovering how rich I am. Take an inventory of some things that are important to you. In you lay intellect, talent, abilities, your education, experience, as well as friends and family members and business contacts and network. You can actually leverage all of those things to discover your acre of diamond. The man in Mariposa, California, the second owner that bought from the first guy that quit. The first thing he did was he employed experts that can show him exactly where the model load was. In other words, the first thing you want to do after you have changed your perspective is very simple. It's very simple. I hope this is helping you. Second thing is, first thing you change your perspective. Second thing is change your attitude. All this get rich quick scheme, no. Discover what you're doing, what you have. Employ expert systems, number 3. Attitude determines your climb. Your attitude determines your altitude or your climb, how high you can go in life. The right attitude goes a long way. You have many talented people, but with the wrong attitude, never go anywhere. They never discover. You say, oh, I don't like being in this city. Well, while in that same city, people are becoming multi-millionaires. While in that same city, people are leading the charge and impacting people in other places. Attitude goes a long way in determining how high you can climb in life. So the third thing I said is employ expert system. In other words, begin to make an investment in yourself. Make an investment in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, how can people make a withdrawal out of you? How can you fine-tune that which God has placed in you? Are you with me today? Number 3, invest in the expert system. Buy books, buy material, listen to CDs, listen to people that have something worthwhile to say. Begin to build and let that refine the gold in you. See, this morning I was, if it's okay, Prophet Francine, I'll share this. You know, she was sharing with me, she said something. She said, a lot of the things when we discuss, you have sharpened me. You have sharpened me, and it comes out. You see, the Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. When you're around people that are sharp, when you're talking about bigger things, a lot of time people spend their time talking about small things. About, oh, I don't like what this one is doing. Cut it out. Start dreaming big dreams. Get around people that will challenge you to rise up. Not talk about small stuff. People that will tell you, you can do better. I like where you're going, but these are strategies to get better. Invest in those kind of relationships. Relationships that enhance you. Relationships that build you up. Not relationships that talk about all the mess and all the stuff. Get away from those kind of relationships. Those relationships are not very healthy. Things that talk about, oh, did you hear about all this gossip kind of relationships? Stay away from it. Stay away from those things. That's a nail in your coffin. It will kill you and keep you buried. Stay away. So invest in better relationships. Get around people that inspire you. Read books. Surround yourself with material that inspire you. Make an investment in yourself. Get the expert system. Get people that have done more than you. Read their books. That's how you develop that diamond mine, that gold mine. That's how you develop and you discover acres of diamond. Look at what you have. You see, the challenge today is a lot of people are sitting around waiting for a lottery. They're looking for the lottery. Listen, you don't have to wait for a lottery. You can make your own lottery. Well, if you have money to give for a lottery ticket, that's fine. But guess what? You can make your own lottery. You can win your own lottery. You see, if you make it, you can rule it. You understand me? You can set up the strategy for which the lottery can work. You can make it. Another thing about discovering your acres of diamond is looking for opportunity. Sometimes opportunities come looking like they come dressed up in work clothing. They come covered in overalls, in your dungarees. They come covered up as work. Opportunities are everywhere. One man's problem is another person's opportunity. Are you hearing me? I said invest in better relationships. And I'm talking about expert system. You can add that to it. Expert system. Expert system. Develop expert. Get the expert's mind. Get the expert's mind. Get the mind of others. Do you know you can stay? You see, I surround myself with books. I have tens of thousands of books. I surround myself with quality books. I collect rare books. I collect books that are written 300-400 years ago. I mean, some of them have the funny writings, you know, old English way of saying things. I like them. I collect them because I see sometimes how pristine those people used to write. I like to collect those things. I surround myself with great things that inspire me. When I look around, I want to be inspired. I want something that can trigger things in me to discover what I have around me. Are you hearing me? When you see opportunity, sometimes it doesn't look, some people that come to our lives don't look like what we might not like everything about them, but they are golden linked to something better. They are destiny helpers. They can be rough sometimes. They might not have all the qualities we would like, but listen, look beyond those things and you discover some of those people are carrying what you need. Are you hearing me? All over our property, in my house, in my office, in every bedroom, we have books everywhere. Why? We have probably about 50,000 books. Just in my office alone, I have at least 10,000 books. Just in my office alone. That's probably more than quite some small libraries can have, but that's just my office. And then spread out all over the different offices are books. Why do I do that? I like to surround myself with knowledge and wisdom. You see, when I give a speech, it's worth a lot to people. Why? I've made an investment in myself. I've discovered my acres of diamonds. And every day I keep finding more diamonds. And right now, we have over 100 books coming out. We are just getting things ready. We have 48 books already written, but we have 100 other books we have in the pipeline coming. It's going to come fast and furious. I've discovered my acres of diamonds. I discovered that I was designed to be a man of wisdom, a man of insight into the things of God. Are you hearing me? We have more things coming. We have our amazing director, Princess Reika, watching. Are you hearing me? Hear this. People fail to realize that they have acres of diamonds. It represents opportunities to them to learn and work hard for a long period of time. Honing in their skills. You've got to build. See, discovering your acres of diamonds has to do with you looking what's around you. People God has put in your life. Sometimes we get frustrated because we haven't discovered our life's purpose. But we'll understand that. So for you to, let me get through it, add some other things. If you want to begin to discover your gold, invest in the right tools. Invest in the right tools. As an engineer, one of the things I realized is you can work hard, you can work smart. In engineering, you can lift a very heavy load with small weights. It's called leveraging. You leverage what you have to get what you need. The same thing, you have to make an investment in your right tools. First of all, where are you putting your money? What are you investing in? Some people invest in clothing and things. I like clothing, but that's not my greatest investment. My greatest investment is investing in tools that enhance my mission. I don't mind spending $20,000, $50,000 for a camera if you can get the message of the gospel out. I don't mind spending a lot of money getting the right tools for what I need. Because I'm not looking at the investment, I'm looking at the return on the investment. Because I know the more I have the right tools, the more I can discover more of the acres of diamonds I have. This is helping you. Are you hearing me? Hello, Janelle. I'm talking about discovering your acres of diamonds. Now, you can share this with others on Facebook. It's fine. Because this message might be what people need to succeed today. I mentioned having a master plan. If you didn't put that on your list, have a plan to discover your acres of diamonds, your gold mine. Don't quit because it's not working yet. Refine your skills. Refine your skills. Be around people that inspire you. Another thing you have to do to build, to discover your acres of diamond, sometimes when you start, you discover the first diamond. Begin to now recruit the best resources, the best people. Begin to build and train the best team. You can start from people that don't even know how to do those things, but they have the right heart to learn. One of the things I've been doing lately is my sons have grown up now, they're young men. So what do? I'm training them in some areas of things. And I'm training some of my spiritual sons and daughters the same way. Are you hearing me? You begin to discover your acres of diamonds. Oh, friends, some of you have books inside of you. Tomorrow I'll be teaching on a powerful message. Sing a new song. That's my message tomorrow, Sunday morning, Super Sunday service. Singing a new song. But today I just want to talk to you a little bit about cultivating and discovering and cultivating your acres of diamonds. Recruit the best people. Refine your diamonds. Refine your diamonds as you discover them. Do you understand what I'm saying? And one of the most important things is start your treasure hunt. You have a book full of ideas. That's a treasure. You discover a book that triggers ideas in you. That's a treasure. You hang around people. You listen to my message and it inspires you. That's a treasure. Start your treasure hunt. Stop looking out there where you are acres of diamonds. The other day, I went out of our property. Thank God, in New England, where we are in Providence, Johnston area in Rhode Island, land is premium because of the older part of the United States. In New England area, lands are very expensive. So the other day, I just was walking around our property and I was looking. I was so grateful to God. And all I could think about is, what is buried underneath this land? I would like to just make an investment in people. Let's find out what's in this land. We have a little bit of property, but we want to discover it. That's not nature. This is our home. I'm thinking the best thing I can do is maybe do a geological survey and see what's underneath this land of mine. What is in there? You see, launch your treasure hunt. Get the expert to come and find out what's there. If I pay $500 for them to tell me I have oil in my property, it's a worthwhile investment. If I spend $1,000 to discover I have diamonds or gold mines in my, that's a good investment. Now, somebody says, supposing you don't find anything, at least I know. Do you understand what I'm saying? At least I know I don't have anything in it. And I know that maybe some other thing will come up soon, but I know there's something good in this land. The Bible says if you're willing and obedient, you'll eat the good of the land. There's good in the land. There's good in the land. Are you hearing me? Oh boy, we're going to have a lot of fun today. So I'm talking about cultivating your acres of diamond. Cultivating your acres of diamonds. It is up to you. It is up to you to discover the acres of diamonds that God has put in you. Are you with me, people? Are you still here? I thank God for what God is doing today. I hope this is being a blessing to you. I hope this is helping you a lot. I want to make sure that everybody is doing very well today. I'm going to keep it very short today. I have so much I want to share, but you know what? I think a word is enough for the wise. A word is enough for the wise. But I want to thank you for joining us today. And as always, I want you to become part of our partnership. If you're enjoying this today, consider being a partner with us. Make an investment in this ministry and make sure you can send it to christlove.org, and you can, a lot of you have been sowing. Even while I was teaching, some of you were sowing. We are very grateful. We say thank you for making an investment in this ministry. If this ministry has been a blessing to you, consider making an investment. Become a partner with us. It keeps us going. That way we can keep bringing good stuff to you. Do you understand me? And also, Power School of Miracles. We have Team Story coming. We have Roy Fields. We have Dr. Donna. We have Prophetess Francine, Abigail. We have Pastor Robert. He's the host pastor, so of course he's going to be there. And I am going to be there too. And it's going to be an exciting time. Okay? I hope this helped you. Go back and listen to this again and again. And let your discovery, let your treasure hunt begin. Again, this is Dr. Charles. I hope that you have been blessed today by this little teaching about discovering your acres of diamonds. I love you, and I have a great weekend. Go and make your treasure hunt